Hi, I did tell you guys that I would draw both of these castle doors. So if you were looking to have one that looked had the bars like this, I just went ahead and just made one little section for just drawing this door. Now I definitely use a ruler on this one. I definitely really like to make these lines first, so that top vertical line or top horizontal line I'm going to make there, and I want to make it up at the top, and I want to make it thick enough that I can get my paintbrush in there and fit. So it needs to be, I think this may even be a little too skinny. After that, I'm going to add these bars, but I noticed that they all sort of end at the same place, and that might be kind of hard to draw using the ruler, like knowing where to stop. So I'm going to go ahead down here, and with my pencil, you might not be able to see it, but I can always erase this later. And I just made a little mark down there to show where I want these to end. So when I'm drawing these lines, even if you can't see mine, what you're going to see me do is stop, and that's where my pencil line is. That's telling me to stop there because that's where I want to add that arrow. I probably could have gone a little bit lower. I didn't do that. I should have thought that through a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to add my next one and another one over here. And these are just vertical lines, and I'm just using my ruler to help keep them straight. If you draw them without a ruler, sometimes they just look really wonky and uneven. We want to try to keep them as even as we can, just so it looks a little bit better, and also it's easier to paint when you don't have lots of squiggly lines. So there's the bottom, and now I need these horizontal bars, and I can see that the bars that I did in the front, those are overlapping these horizontal bars in the back. Now, you can have more than me. I only drew 4. This one looks like it has about 5, so you can draw, more. They can be closer together. That part's up to you. But I'm going to go ahead and have these bars that are behind the ones that are going horizontal, and what I'll do is the same thing, hop over what's already there so that my first bars, my vertical bars, are overlapping, and then just scoot that down a little bit, and now I've got my first bar that is now behind, the horizontal bar that's running behind. And when you keep doing that all the way down, just have to really pay attention to what you're doing here. Don't get sidetracked, because it's really easy to draw on top of the arrows that are supposed to be in the front, the bars that are supposed to be in the front. And since we want those overlapping, we just want to just hop over those each time. Now it's starting to look a little bit more like that. And one more just in case you need to see it again. And if you don't, you can go ahead and stop now and start drawing. I'm going to stop right after this, even though I've got a couple of more bars to draw, just so you can see how it's starting to look like this. When you finish that, both of these castle doors do have these details around them, the boulders. If they were around the door, I probably would make them bigger than the ones that we made around the window, just because they're much easier to paint. But I know that some of us drew torches here, so we might not have a whole bunch of room. So that's really up to you guys there. And if you think of something better to draw around your castle door for details, then hey, that's even better. Go for it.